Hi, good morning everybody. Welcome to yoga. If this is your very first time doing this class, my name is Mitzi. I'm happy that you're joining us this morning. This is a gentle, slower flowing yoga-based class. So if you've never done yoga before, don't worry, we'll take good care of you. We move nice and slow so that you're able to adjust and get into those postures safely. So listen to your body always. I always tell everybody that, not every posture is necessarily always intended for every single person. So if we get into a posture and it feels painful or uncomfortable in a bad way, please feel free to back out of that posture and just pause, shake yourself out, and then just come with us when we're on to the next posture. Additionally, any point today, if you need to stop, get a drink of water, or just rest for a moment, that is always okay in yoga. It's always about doing what feels good. All right, so we're going to begin today. We're going to do all of our standing work this morning first, and then we'll transition to the floor and do all of our floor work second. So there won't be any up-down stuff going on. It'll all be upright or down on the ground. All right, so I want you to go ahead and find the middle of your mat here and take your feet about hip distance apart. So then let's go ahead and just wiggle those toes a little bit and then spread them apart and rock a little bit on from your toes to your heels until you feel like you have a good grip and a good grasp of the floor underneath your feet. And you feel your weight evenly distributed between your toes and your heels. Let's go ahead and let our arms lengthen down and let your fingers curl slightly in towards your palms. If it's good for you, I want you to close your eyes for just a few seconds here. If at any point this makes you feel dizzy or if makes you feel like you're going to fall over, if your balance is too challenged, you are welcome to open your eyes back up if you need to. But if you can, close them, because when our eyes are closed, our senses become sharper for the rest of our body. So with your eyes closed, I want you to see if you can take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your nose. And I want you to, as you breathe, to just observe where you feel that breath flowing into. Do you feel the breath sliding down your throat? And then do you feel mainly your chest expanding? Or do you feel your abdomen expanding? Do you feel your ribs expanding? I want you to take a moment to relax and quiet your mind. And just concentrate on the shape and the sound and the feel of your inhale and your exhale. And as you continue that breath, see if you can breathe first into your abdomen and into your rib cage, and then second into your chest. So you reach the deepest part of your torso first, like you're filling up a balloon with air. Fill up the bottom first, and as it fills, notice it rising to the top and feeling your chest expand until you can take no more air in, and then exhale and let it all back out. And after just a few seconds of deep, quiet breathing, quieting the mind, you should feel your body become more relaxed. Taking the time just to breathe and to slow down. And to make those breaths last as long as we can. Imagine if we measured our life in terms of how many breaths we take versus how many years we live. Would you stop and slow that breath down a little bit? I think we all would. So take that time to treasure every single breath and to make each one last as long as we can. We're going to begin our warm-up next. So I want you to please open your eyes. Good. And then let's just gently draw our left ear to our left shoulder. And take your chin down to your chest, and then just gently roll it over to the right side, bringing the ear to the shoulder, keeping that left shoulder down. And again, drawing that chin into the chest, back over to the right side one more time. And then over to the other side one last time. Bring it down to your chest, and then lift your chin. Taking your tongue on the roof of your mouth, I want you to lift your chin and extend it. So we're not really tipping our head backwards. We're taking our chin and lifting it up and out. Tongue against the roof of your mouth. And then bring it back to center. Dip your head, look over your right shoulder. Bring it back to the middle, look over your left shoulder. So we're just working our neck first through some ranges of motion. Bring it centered as morning, so switch sides. Maybe your neck's a little stiff in the morning sometimes from how we sleep, how our head lays on our pillow. Back to center one more time, please. Excellent job. Let's move down to our shoulders. Can you lift your shoulders up to the ears and just roll them up and back, up and back. Nice big circles here. And really think about forward, up, back, and down. So visualize an actual circle, drawing a circle from your shoulder point. Feel your rib cage and chest open and expand when you do those. Feel where your shoulder blades slide down your back as you lower your shoulder girdle down. Good, now let's hold it back and then reverse it. Come up to the ears, forward and down. Feel your shoulder girdle lift. Feel your scapula lift. Those are your shoulder blades. Good, one more time. It should start to get kind of warm back there when you really focus on exaggerating that. Now lift them up to the ears, back, and set them all the way down. Shake your hands out for me next. I want you to open and close your fingers. Good. And then take your fingers and touch each one to your thumbs and back. Each one to the thumbs and back. Good. Then open and squeeze them together. Open and squeeze together. So like you're making little jumping jacks for your fingers. Very nice. Close the fists. Open, close, open. Two more times, please. Close, open. Last one, close, and excellent. So we've got neck, shoulders, hands. Let's move on. Let's get that lower back stretched out. So I'm going to turn sideways. You can stay where you're at. Now I want you to bend your knees and bring your hands to your thighs. Look forward and arch your back into cow. Then gently round up into cat, drawing your chin into your chest, tucking your tailbone under, and pulling your abdominal muscles up and in. Inhale again, lengthen into cow, opening up the heart. Exhale, round into cat. Good. 3 more times, please. Inhale, lengthen, open your heart, really, again, exaggerate the motion. Exhale, pull that belly button up, roll those shoulder blades forward, peeling them apart. Inhale, lengthen. We have 2 more. Exhale, draw your abs in. It is a crunch for your abs if you really think about that. 1 more time. Inhale, lengthen. This time, exhale, come all the way up, nice and slow. Good. Now I just want you to shake your arms front and back like you're giving yourself a hug. Open and close, getting the chest and the back warmed up as well. Squeeze the chest and then open the chest. Great job. Breathe. Good. Now I want you to keep your arms out to the side. And now swing and rotate one arm to the other arm. Open, swing, lift the opposite heel as you do so to unload and unlock the knee. Good. 4 more, please. 2, last 1, and release the arms down. Moving on, lower part of the legs. Let's take a deep breath. Inhale. Going into some half salutations. I want you to fold over your legs. I'm going to turn sideways for a moment so you can see this. If you are uncomfortable being upside down with your head below your heart, you will stay here. If you're able, I want you to fold as far as you can, letting your head and your neck release and relax. Shake those shoulders out and notice the stretch through your hamstrings and through your lower back. Then on an inhale, I want you to press into your shins and reach the crown of your head forward. So we are all now in a nice flat back position with the abs engaged. Let that release back down wherever you were at previously. Then bend your knees, look forward, and take a deep breath and reach to the sky. Look up and push your hips forward into a gentle arching back bend. And then we close our arms to the side. Good, let's put that together. Deep breath, inhale, extend the arms to the sky. Exhale, dive out over your legs, bringing your nose in towards your knees if you can. Inhale into half lift, extending the spine out and away. Exhale, and we close back in. Inhale, we bend our knees and we rise. And we arch here if we can, gentle back bend. And we exhale and close the arms. One more time before we add on. Deep inhale, reach to the sky. Exhale, dive out over your legs, bringing your nose to your knees. Inhale, extend the spine into half lift, reaching. Exhale, and we close back down. Deep inhale, bend the knees, and we rise, and we look up, and we exhale. Let's add on. Deep inhale, arms go up. Sit back in chair pose, pushing your tail back, taking your shoulders away from your ears, tucking that tail slightly down. Inhale, open up and spread your arms apart so they look like the shape of a V. Let's do it again. Sit back in chair. Now take those arms back like a ski jumper. And then open up wide and extend. One more time. Sit back into chair. And inhale and open. Exhale those arms down, circle the shoulders. Good. Now let's take our right hand and drop it to our right hip. And then reach our left arm up and over, nice and long, and look down past the shoulder. And then let's cartwheel the arm over to the other side, reaching nice and long. And repeat one more each way. And switch. And come to center. Let's put it all together. Deep breath, inhale, extend the arms. Forward fold, dive over your legs, bringing your nose into your knees. Pull it in. Inhale, we press away, extending our backs. And exhale, and we fold back over. Inhale, we bend our knees and we rise, extending the spine. Sit back in chair pose, arms come down. Open those arms up, reach. Let's do that again. Sit back in chair pose. Open up and reach. Right arm drops. Extend the left arm over the head as far as you can. And switch sides, extending up and out. And exhale and close. Let's do all that 2 more times. Deep breath, inhale from the top. Exhale, dive out over your legs, bringing your nose towards your knees. Inhale into half lift, extending through our heart. Exhale, we close back down. Bending the knees, we inhale and rise. Gentle back bend. Sit back in chair, hips go back. Inhale, open into V, arch the back. Again, sit back in chair and open. Right arm drops, we extend the left arm up and over. Really try to think about that length in your rib cage, lifting and lengthening. Switch to the other side, please. And come to neutral. Last time through, last part of our warm-up. Inhale those arms to the sky. Exhale, dive out over your legs, forward fold. Inhale into half lift, we extend the heart and lengthen the back. Exhale, we close back down. Inhale, we bend our knees and we rise. And we sit back in chair pose. Open those arms up like a V, extending. And again, we sit back in chair. And we open last time. Drop the right arm, really lift and lengthen through the rib cage. And switch to the other side. Inhale, both arms to the sky. Bring your hands together. Exhale, close to your heart. First part of class done. That was our warm-up. Nice job, guys. I'm going to turn sideways so you can see this better, but please stay facing front so you can see me. We're going to step our right foot forward and our left foot back. And we want to keep our hips facing forward. So from the front, you want to make sure that that back heel is further back than your toes, okay? So that way the knee is in line with the hip and the hips are pointed ahead. Bend this front knee as much as you can, keeping it behind your toes. And if this is too challenging, you make it smaller. If it's not challenging enough, you step back further. We're going to inhale those arms to the front. Exhale, and then on the next one, you're going to actually swoop it forward. So I want you to lean forward, reach, draw a big circle, keep that front knee bent. So we're moving from our hip, press back into the heel. Feel that calf stretch when you press back into that heel as you reach forward. Good, now open the arms and straighten your front leg out and shift or tip forward into pyramid. Hands on the thigh, hands on the shin, or if you have more flexibility, hands on the floor. Wherever you're at though, we want a nice long back and we want a nice straight leg. Let's put those together. Come on back up, bend your front knee, find warrior one. Scoop it forward, reach, and open. And again, scoop and open. One more time, guys. Scoop and open and straighten out your front leg and tip it forward into pyramid and hold. Nice long hamstring stretch. Please take care that your front foot stays flat. Your big toes stay in contact with the floor. Breathe in through your nose and out. We inhale and unhinge, come back up, and now we're going to take that left foot and turn it sideways. So from the front view, you look like this. Front, back foot, turn sideways. Good. Then we're going to reach our arms one front, one back, and we want to look back for just a moment and make sure your hands are lined up, hand to hand. Then we're going to press a little bit deeper. Just like warrior one, if it is not hard enough for you, take your feet further apart and vice versa. Too hard, bring them closer together. So we're going to press a little deeper, then we're going to pull it back. And again, we press a little deeper, feeling that energy and strength in your front leg. One more time now, I want you to stay down. Drop your right hand or elbow to your left thigh, to your right thigh. Good. Take this left arm, circle all the way to the front and around and hold. And again, all the way to the front and around. Now reverse it. Go all the way to the back, around to the front and hold. One last time, circle to the back, around and hold. Lift back up. Doing things 2 times today. Let's repeat that the second time. Press forward into warrior 2. We pull back. And again, we press forward. And we pull back. Feel the muscle being loaded. Yoga is not just about flexibility and range of motion. It's also about increasing strength. Hold. Drop the right hand or elbow to the thigh. Left arm opens up. Feel the rib cage lengthen. Circle to the front. And then hold at the top. And again, circle. And hold. Now reverse it. Circle to the back. And around and hold. And one more time to the back. And hold. And push back up. Good job. Straighten out both of your legs. Both legs straight. Shift your hips backwards. Now reach your right arm to the sky and let your left arm get a little break there and let it drop to your back thigh. For those of you that need a more core challenge, you can cross that arm behind you, and that makes your abs have to work a little harder to support your back. Good, now let's move this, keep the hips shifted, and move into triangle pose. So now our legs are still straight, and we're trying to stack our shoulders and open our chest. Inhale, back up. Exhale, back into reverse triangle. Inhale to center. Exhale, back into triangle. One more time, my friends. Inhale up. Exhale, back into reverse triangle. Inhale to center. Exhale into regular triangle. Inhale up and exhale the arms down. Pivot both of your feet so they're facing the same direction, straight forward. Deep breath, the arms go to the sky. Let's forward fold over our legs. So we've got this wide fold. Let your chin drop, shake your head out if you can. And again, if upside down is not good for you, feel free to come only halfway down. Then if you can, take your hands, bring them up to your lower back, clasp them together, and extend the arms above you as far as your body will allow. Feeling the chest expand, feeling the shoulders stretch, feeling the biceps and forearms stretch, feeling the backs of our legs all the way from our hamstrings down. Please take care to bring some of your weight forward to your toes so you have even weight distribution across all edges of your feet. Good, we'll release our hands down to our back now, and then down to either the floor or the legs if that's better for you. Bend your right knee, walk your hands over. They can be on the floor, but that might be a bit deep for some of us, so they can also be right here on your thigh. Pushing into that right leg, you should feel your left inner thigh stretching. Please take a nice deep breath here, and then move it over to the other side. Again, hands on the thigh, or if you need more, hands on the floor. Pushing our tailbone back and elongating our back. One more time each way. Move it back over to your right side. Right leg should be bent, left leg should be straight. And then switch. Great job. Bring it to the middle now and walk your hands up to your legs. Wide cat stretch. So now just go ahead and tuck the chin, round the spine, and nice and slow. Those feet are far apart right in your turn, so I want you to face it back to the front towards me and step your feet together, please. Good. So you stay facing front. I'm going to show you from side view. We're going to take our left hand and make a fist and put it on the upper part of your glute. Make sure it's not here on your back, right? It's on your glute. Right arm goes up to the sky, and then we're going to push that elbow back and push the hips slightly forward so you feel like you're in slight, gentle spine extension. And really take this elbow and drive it back as far as you can. Nice deep breath. And let it go. Let's do the same thing on the other side. Right fist on that right glute. Pull the right elbow back, lift the left arm up, and then see if you can give yourself slight spine extension here, looking up to the sky if that feels comfortable for you. And then come to the middle. Take a deep breath. Let's release our back out of that. Fold over your legs. Stay here for a moment, shake your head out, shake your shoulders out, bend both of your knees, hands up to the thigh, and roll yourself all the way up. Fantastic. We're going to do all of that on the other side. So please take your left foot forward this time and step your right foot back. And again, I'll turn sideways so you can see this better. Hips face straight ahead. Drive your right heel down, so you might feel a calf stretch too. Swooping the arms, we bend that front knee, reach from the hip, come up, exhale, open the arms. And again, inhale, swoop it forward, and open it up. One more time, deep breath. Inhale. Exhale, open it up. Straighten out your front leg. Shift or tip at the hip, bringing yourself into pyramid pose. Please remember, keep weight in your big toe. Don't let it roll out on you. Hands can be on your thigh, on your shin, or all the way on the floor if you need it. Inhale, unhinge. Remember everything twice. Let's do it again. Bend the knees, reach, and open. And again, bend, reach, keep that back heel down, feeling that calf as well. Squeezing your back glute to open the hip also. And open, hold the arms down. Now we straighten the front leg out. Hip hinge forward, tipping over at the hip. Hands on any part of your leg that you can reach. Really lengthen your spine, open your chest, and feel that wonderful hamstring stretch. Inhale, walk it back up. Take your back right foot, turn it sideways. So your feet look like 3 o'clock. Left arm forward, right arm back, look out over that hand. Bend that front knee and make sure your feet are far enough apart that you feel challenged on this front leg and your knee stays behind your toes. So if your big toe completely disappears on you, you need to adjust your knee and your feet. Pull yourself back. Let's do 2 more. Press it forward. Pull it back. This time we hold it forward. Drop the left elbow. Right arm reaches over and around, big circle. Open it up and repeat all the way around. And now hold and reverse it. Go to the back, all the way around. Pause. And again to the back. Now push all the way up. Boom, beautiful. Let's do it again. Press forward. Pull it back. Exhale, press. Inhale, pull. Now exhale, press, hold, drop the elbow right away. We circle the arm to the front and all the way around. Hold, and again, circle, nice and slow, and hold. Reversing directions, we circle to the back, open and hold, and one more time, circle. Now as you come up from the circle, push all the way up. Awesome, and straighten the legs out. Shift the hips backwards. Reach your left arm to the sky. Left arm to the sky. Check your sides out. Right hand is down on that back leg. Looking up if you can. If that bothers your neck, look forward or down. Coming into triangle pose. Keep those hips shifted. Reach forward and down. Crucial. Keep the chest open. Try not to let the shoulder roll forward on you. Roll it back and open from your ribs and your hip. Inhale, we rise. Exhale, we go back into reverse triangle. Inhale, we come up. Exhale into triangle. One more time. Inhale, we rise. Exhale, press back. Inhale, back to center. Exhale into triangle. That was fantastic. Nice job, everybody. Let's inhale and come up, and then pivot your feet so they're facing the same direction. If you don't like to face sideways, because right now I know you're probably facing this way, feel free to pivot your feet to face me if you like. Okay, your choice. Then we'll breathe in, and we're gonna fold over our legs once again. So exhale over your legs, shake your head no, shake your head yes, and then let those shoulders shimmy out a little bit. Let your hips shift around a little bit, letting your torso release. Then if you can, take your hands, slide them up to your lower back, interlacing your fingers, and then extend the arms, opening through your chest and through your shoulders. Nice deep breaths here. And we release the arms down, either bringing them to the floor or to your thighs. Bend your left knee this time. Again, hands or elbows on the thighs or hands on the floor. Either way, that right leg is straight. We push our tail back so we feel the inner thigh stretch. Then we'll shift ourselves all the way over to the other side, pressing back. Nice deep breath here. And then bring it to the middle, hands to the thighs. Please roll yourself all the way up, pushing the hips forward and shake those shoulders down. Please step your feet together, face it back to the front. We're going to do our balancing exercise next. So if you're uncomfortable with balance or it's something that you struggle with or is difficult for you, please feel free to go to a wall or a chair right now. We're going to start with our left leg down. We're going to do tree pose today. So our right foot, option 1, just turns the heel up the side of the leg. The toes stay anchored to the ground. We'll all take our arms to start with out to the side like an upside down V. Option 2 lifts the toes off the ground and places the foot against the inside of our calf, just below our knee. The knee is open to the side as much as possible, or as much as our hip will allow it. And then, of course, for those of you that want to make it super challenging and really go the extra mile today, maybe you want option 3, which places the foot against the inside of the thigh. Please note the foot should not be pressing against the inside of our knee. So keep it either above the knee or below the knee. Find a spot to focus on. Think about opening your hips and lifting up out of the hips, standing as tall as we can. And then if you're able, reach your arms to the sky like tree branches, holding them above you, and breathe. See if you can find one focal point and focus just on that spot. It will help. Breathe in through your nose and out through your nose. Release those hands down and release the feet. Now, if you're unaccustomed to doing balance exercises, or some days it just happens to all of us, where we feel a lot of pressure in the arch of our foot, like we've got a golf ball lodged in there, just go ahead and pedal your feet, because those muscles and those connective tissues are working really hard, so sometimes they just need a little relief too. All right, so go ahead, pedal if you need to, and then shake it out, and we'll do the other side. So again, if you're by the wall, please turn around if you need to. Arms out to the side. Option 1 turns the heel in, opens the knee to the side. Option 2 places the foot below the knee and the inside of the calf. And then, of course, option 3 takes that foot all the way up onto the inner thigh, above the knee. Try to pull your hip in and lift up tall, opening through the hips and through the rib cage. If you have it, inhale and reach your arms above you. And remember, it's normal to occasionally bobble or to have to step the foot down to regain your balance. It happens to everybody, even gymnasts that do this for a living, right? So if that ever happens to you, it's okay. Just reset your body, take a deep breath, and try again. Relax your shoulders. Can you give me one more breath? And then slowly exhale the arms and gently set the foot down. Feel free to pedal your feet. Very nice. We are done with all of our upright stuff. Now we're going to come to our kneeling postures. Please take a nice deep breath in and then exhale and fold over your legs. Relax. Shake the head no. Shake the head yes. And then please come down to your knees. So walk those knees back and rise up into a kneeling position. We're going to start with our left leg forward. So you're going to slide that leg up as far as you can. The further the better. And then we'll press our legs forward so that our knee is over the ankle and our back hip flexor is being stretched. So I want you to really concentrate on opening this back hip flexor. And I want you to stay there for a moment and just take a couple of deep breaths, squeezing this back glute to open that hip. Stay there, please. These muscles, when they get tight and they get short, they pull our pelvis out of alignment. When they start to pull our pelvis under alignment, it compresses our lower back and causes a lot of back pain. We don't want that, right? We want to prevent that, or if we already have that, we want to fix that. So doing this stretch is crucial for that. We use our hip flexors every day, all the time, for walking, climbing stairs, just all kinds of basic human movement. Is anytime you move your legs, your hip flexors have to work. So really important to stretch them out. While we're stretching them, let's add on. Please take your left hand to your left leg and just reach your right arm over your head. So we're also now stretching the side of our torso. Now take this right arm and bring it across the outside of your left leg. Take your left hand behind you, push against the leg and see if you can look past that back shoulder, adding in a twist. That requires also a bit of balance, doesn't it? Do your best. Unwind back to the front, ease back to where you began, and slide that left leg back. Good, relax your shoulders, take a breath. Let's do the other side. Right foot steps as far up as possible. Press forward. We're gonna hold that just as long as we did on the first side. So remember, push forward. We're doing our best to keep our knee over our ankle. So some of us that are super tight in our hip flexors may be more upright. But if you don't feel a stretch right back here, it means you're not pushing forward far enough. So then try to widen it out a little bit and drive it a little bit further forward. And if you're nervous with your hands here, you can certainly bring a hand down if you need to. All right, stay there, please. Keep breathing. Squeeze your back glute. That will help deepen the stretch as well. Then we'll take our left hand over our head and reach it up and over as well. Release that left hand to the outside of your right thigh. Shoot your right arm straight back. Push against your thigh and see if you can rotate your torso. Come back around to the front. Ease on back and swing your legs together. I'm going to turn sideways. Last kneeling posture and we'll get off those knees. Hands to the floor, feet hip distance apart. Reach your right leg back, extend. Stay there, hold it, flex the ankle. If you feel you can, left arm reaches forward. If you try it and it's too much, put the hand back down and just do the foot. Breathe in, breathe out. This is called scale or bird dog. Set the hand and the foot down. It also works your core, including your abdominal muscles. Left leg presses back, flex the ankle, abdominal muscles tight. Right arm reaches out. We are not doing any planks today. Can you believe that? You guys lucked out today. No planks. This is as close to a plank as you'll get today. Nice deep breath. Let it go. Bring the hand down. I want you to lift your hips up, walk your hands a little further forward, and drop your head, but don't drop your hips. This is a little bit different from child's pose. This is called puppy dog pose. So you're going to tip that tail up, reach and stretch your fingers wide, press down into your hands, feeling the stretch all the way from your armpit down. And some of you, if you're really tipping your hips up, you'll feel that around your glutes and hamstrings as well. So no down dog today either, but we're doing puppy dog instead. There are thousands of yoga postures, so why would you do exactly the same thing every day, right? It's better for your body to mix and match and shake it up, keep your body challenged, stretching in different ways, just like our body moves every day. Go ahead and come on back up, and let's have a seat, please. To the seated posture as we go. We're going to stretch our legs out in front of us and just shake your knees out and pull your toes towards you, please. Finding your sits bones, those two little bony parts in your back side. Sitting up from that, lifting your rib cage. See if you can put your hands on the floor and press them down. So this is called staff pose. So I want you to think about creating a straight back. So you almost look like the shape of an L. So most of the time when we sit, we kind of do this, right? We kind of round our shoulders. So now I want you to open the chest, pull them back, pull your abs in as tight as you can. It's not as easy as you would think it should be, right? It actually requires a lot of core recruitment and engagement. From here, we breathe and reach our arms up, trying to maintain that straight spine. And now you can round the back and fold over your legs. If you're able to reach your feet, go ahead and pull them back. If not, no worries, just pull your toes back. Take 3 deep breaths. Beautiful. Come on up. Bend your right knee. Left hand, grab the outside of that leg. Right hand wraps around you. Lift up and rotate, looking over your back shoulder. Unwind to the front, relax your hands. Take this right foot, cross it to your thigh. I'm going to turn sideways for this one. Hands flat to the floor, sit up as tall as you can. Bend your left leg in, placing your foot flat to the floor, opening your right knee as far to the side as you can. And of course, some of you, that might be a little bit further extended. Some of you might be able to get that foot all the way in and really push your chest up. But try to sit up as tall as you can, and it will deepen that stretch in your outer thigh and glute of your right leg. Good job. Release those legs. Release your hands. Shake your fingers out. Shake them out. Shake the shoulders. And then let's find staff again. Pull up from your belly button. Press your hands flat. Pull your shoulders back, opening through the chest. Pull your toes back. Keep it. Inhale, but extend the arms. Exhale. Now round the spine and fold. Grab whatever you can. And continue to keep your ankles flexed. You should feel hamstring stretch and potentially a low back stretch. Inhale, we roll up slowly. This time we bend our left knee. Right hand or arm comes around behind. Left hand comes back behind our body. Rotate, look over your back shoulder. Try to draw your abs in to lift your rib cage and exhale a little deeper into your stretch. Unwind, come on back to the front. Left leg, cross it over onto your right thigh. Slide your hands back to hold your chest and torso up. And then if or when you can, start to bend that right leg however far in you can. And again, sit up as tall as you can, lifting to the top of your head. If you find that your foot starts to slide, you can grab it with your right hand and hold it, keeping your left hand on the ground if you need to. Really feeling the stretch right through that left glute and outer thigh. Nice deep breaths. And then we slowly release it down. Please take the bottoms of your feet together, slide those feet in as close to you as you can, and then just gently press forward to open our inner thighs and hip area. And then we slide it up. Keep a hold of your shins with your knees up. Roll over your tailbone and then pull against your legs to stretch out your upper back. Let your chin fold in. This is called turtle pose. Breathe. And then come up. Grab the backs of your legs, pull, and sit up as tall as you can. Nice straight line from your head to your tail. That concludes our seated stretches. We're going to finish in the lying position, supine. So make sure you have some mat behind you. Scoot yourself up if you need to. Using your abs, don't just plop. Use your abs and see if you can come down super slow. One vertebrae at a time. Until lastly your head drops. Open your arms to the side. Close your eyes. Take 2 deep breaths. Let your body and your head adjust to the new position. Feels good, right? Slowing things down, one posture at a time. We'll slide our hands down to our hips and turn our palms to the floor and walk our feet in so they're underneath our knees. And then going into bridge pose here, if you can, we'll lift our hips up, squeezing our hamstrings as well as our glutes. Of course, if you'd like to make this harder for yourself, you are welcome to tuck your shoulder points under and clasp your hands beneath you. Please make sure your head doesn't look right and left. You should be looking straight up or closer to a diagonal in front of you, somewhere in there, but not right and left. Keep your neck square. Nice deep breath here. This one is so good for our knees. It helps to strengthen the backs of our legs and our glutes. And when those muscles are strong, it offloads the pressure on the knee itself. So it's a really good posture to include in your program. Let's release our hands, untuck the shoulders, and allow the hips to come down one vertebrae at a time. The counter pose to that is dead bug. So let's stretch out those glutes and hamstrings now by bending both of our knees in. Straighten the legs up towards the sky. You can grab the backs of your knees to pull in, but if you can reach, grab the outer parts of your feet with your elbows on the inner parts of your knee or shin. But remember, if that's too deep for you, you can grab the outer parts of your ankle or just, again, where we started, the outer parts of your hamstrings. Nice deep breath here. If it feels good, I invite you to rock gently from side to side, just a little sway. That's lovely, right? Let's go ahead and take the feet to the floor, knees together. Open your knees to the side. That's our lying butterfly pose. This is great for people with hip arthritis. Let those knees open and release. Deep breath here. Just a couple things left to do, gang. Zip those knees back up. Let's take that right knee into the chest, and if you can, extend it. Grab the back of the leg wherever is comfortable for you to reach where you feel the stretch. And then we'll circle our toes around to the right and around to the left. And then I want you to take the first 4 letters of your name, and if you only have 3 letters in your name, just repeat the first letter twice. And I want you to draw your name with your foot. This is great for ankle mobility Good job. Aren't you glad some of you would be glad I didn't say your whole name that have super long names, all right? That's a good one to practice, and you can do that anytime, and that really helps to strengthen the ankle. When our ankles are strong, our risk of falling is far less because our ankle will catch us and we won't twist or sprain it, right? So those are good exercises. You can do those sitting in the chair watching TV anytime. Go ahead and bend that knee, and I want you to pull the knee into the chest and straighten the left leg out and let your knee drift slightly to your right. Bring it to the middle, set that foot down. Let's do the other side. Left knee comes in, straighten the leg out, circle the toes around. I don't know, if you're like me, I get clumsy sometimes, and it's really easy just to step off of a curb funny, right? A step on the blacktop or concrete or grass, and there's an uneven spot, and then your ankle kind of gives out. Has it ever happened to you? Switch direction. I think it's probably happened to everybody, right? Well, the stronger your ankle is, the less likely you are to turn it, fall, or sprain it, because those tendons are so strong, they just readjust. So let's do it again. Now we'll go ahead and draw the first 4 letters. Don't cheat. Nice, good job. Go ahead and bend that knee in, grab from underneath the knee, straighten your right leg out to lengthen that hip flexor. Let your left knee drift slightly to the left, opening up that glute. Good, now lengthen the left leg out, shake those knees out to relax the knees, the hips, and the ankles. And then we'll do one more posture before we bring it to Savasana. Bend both of your knees in. They can be flat on the floor or up in tabletop position. I'll show option 1 first. Let your legs drop to the right side, look to your left. If that feels tight for you and you feel the stretch there, that's where you're gonna stay. If you're like, it's not really doing much for me, then you'll bring your legs to tabletop and drop them in a little closer right angle to your body and try to draw your left knee down to touch your right. So you pick either of those 2 options. Either way, when we come back to the middle, I want you to lift the left leg first and then the right. It's easier on your back that way. And then take your legs over to the left side, either from the floor or from that tabletop position. Let your right shoulder stay grounded. Feel free to apply gentle pressure on the right thigh if you need a deeper stretch. Beautiful. One leg at a time, back to the center. Beautiful, guys. Let your feet drop. Let your hips readjust. Feel free to shake everything out a little bit if you need to. Shake those shoulders out. Now you're welcome to stay here. Anybody, if you get uncomfortable in your lower back, you can always come back to the bent position if you need to. If you're able, I want you to straighten your legs out and then shake your knees out. Shake your toes out. Shake your hips out. And then please, everybody close your eyes. Let your hands come to the floor and turn your palms to the sky. And let your fingers softly curl in. And I want you to think back to that deep breath that we talked about at the beginning of class, which I hope you were doing throughout the class. Inhale through your nose. And exhale out through your nose. And I want you to do a count of 4-2 and 4-2 today. So we'll inhale for 4 counts, hold the breath for 2, exhale for 4 counts, and hold the breath for 2. And I want you to do that at your own pace. So if you can count slower to make the breath last longer, that would be great. But I want you to really try to clear your mind of everything else and solely focus on that count. One of the hardest postures in yoga is arguably this one, because it's hard to turn our minds off sometimes. It's hard to have mental control, right? So we have little tricks of the trade that we can do to keep our mind concentrating on one thing instead. And of course, we have days where we just won't be as good as other days, and thoughts will come through our head. And if today is a day like that for you, just kind of notice what it was, and then just try to let it go and remind yourself to come back to your breath and count 4, 2, 4, 2. And if you are successful at that, you will notice a chain reaction in your central nervous system. You'll feel your body becoming more relaxed and lighter. You'll feel your muscles relax and release. You'll feel your eyes, your cheeks, and your jaw soften. Occasionally, I have somebody fall asleep in class. That's the ultimate compliment. That's when you know you've really reached a new level. Because this is a great tool to use at night, especially if you're having trouble turning off your brain and falling asleep. So remember this 4, 2, 4, 2, focusing on the breath, letting thoughts just pass through rather than ruminating. Where did you go? Did you stay with your breath today? Or did you have a little trouble today? Just observe, no judgment. Just observe. Some days it's easier for us. Some days a little more challenging to keep our mind clear, right? We'll just keep working at it. Wiggle your fingers, and please wiggle your toes. When you're ready, please readjust and bend your knees, letting your lower back release down. Feel the shift. And then I want you to roll over to your right shoulder. Readjust your hips. If you need to, slide your right hand underneath you so that your head is relaxed, neck is nice and neutral. Take another deep breath. Open your eyes when you're ready. We want to move slowly out of Savasana, because if you go too fast, you get dizzy, right? You get a little head rush. So gently, when you're ready, bend and press. This is a great way to get up off the floor too. If you ever have trouble, roll to your side first and try it from there. And then we'll go ahead and bring ourselves into what we call Sukhasana, which we actually haven't done yet today. His legs are crisscrossed in front. And you know, if your hips don't like this today, straighten your legs out in front of you. Like we did at the warm-up, roll your shoulders back a little smaller this time, just getting rid of any remaining tension. Kind of do a little shimmy, shake them out. Good, and then roll your head from side to side. Just gently, remember, nice and slow and controlled, never backwards. You're gonna strain those neck muscles. And then come to the front, turn your head to the right, turn your head to the left. Good, bring it to neutral. Let's drop our right hand to the floor and extend our left arm up and over. And then I want you to draw a circle forward, all the way, just gentle. We don't want to get our body temperature back up. Just some easy stretches here to get us out of that lying position. Roll it forward and then take a deep breath. Reach your arms to the sky. And then we exhale. Let those arms come back down. Let's do that again. And I want you to think, we're doing one more breath exercise here. So I want you to think as you inhale, you're scooping up energy around you. Breathing is a vital part of life, right? We can't live without breath. And yet so many of us just take that breath for granted. But if you start to focus on certain exercises with the breath, you'll breathe easier through your day. Inhale one more time. Exhale out. And our very last breath here, deep inhale, arms reach all the way up. Press your palms together and exhale slowly to your heart. I want to thank you all for joining me this morning. Namaste.